Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Sleepy Dude Mate, and this is the god-based lore of Path of Exile. Wait a minute, Path of Exile has story? Well, yeah, it actually has a ton of lore. It all started when some unknown lady in an unknown town had two kids. One she liked, one she didn't. She fed the one she liked and groomed him well, while mostly ignoring the one she didn't like. Because of this, the malnourished child, the one she didn't like, grew to hate his brother, going as far as to beat him up. After beating the shit out of him, the malnourished child pleaded at his brother not to dob on him, which he did. So like any good mother, instead of taking him aside and explaining to him that hitting people is not acceptable, she tied him to a stake and set him on fire. As revenge, the now ashen son sowed the seeds of misconception, and the entire town went crazy and killed each other. That's the beginning of the gods, known as innocence and sin. I wonder who was who in that story. What about other gods, you say? Well, Tukahama was teaching farmers that rice grows better in blood than water. Namu was playing with matches. Valiko was running around in a storm holding a golf club. Tasalio fell in a lake. Hinokora, oh my god, I'm going to butcher all of these names. Hinokora played with dead people. Towoa got lost in the forest. Ramako got a tan. Aragohui ate some cheese. And Katava ruined a perfectly good fishing trip. What, you think Katava has more lore? Well, he does, but it's mostly just him being hungry and eating stuff. He went on a fishing trip, ate the lake. The other gods didn't really like that. He got invited to a party and he ate all the food too early. The other gods didn't like that. They took him fishing again. He ate the bait. Gods didn't like that. So they caught him, tied him to a rock, threw him in the ocean. He ate the fish. The other gods didn't really like that. So they captured him, starved him. They scarred an X on his face. You want to know how he got those scars? Tukahoma ripped his tooth out, his own tooth, not Katava's tooth, and gave him the scars with it. Yeah, that's a pretty badass thing to do, Tukahama. Solaris and Lunaris are both mothers to who knows? Maybe it's a metaphor. Maybe we are their children, which kind of sucks if you've played all the acts. Hint, we killed them. Oh yeah, reading into this whole lore thing, it seems that the moon's son... Wait, it seems the moon's son... Don't let this confuse you. The moon's son, the offspring... The male offspring of the moon got sick, so she pity killed him. Their tribe didn't really like it, but Solaris defended her, and then some motherfucker named Tangzamu tricked them into hating each other. They fought daily, probably makes sense. The sun wins, then the moon, then the sun, then the moon, day-night cycle, all that kind of shit. Damn, there's a lot of gods in this world. Prospero, the god of found trinkets, that's my kind of god. Also the god of lost souls, that's not exactly my kind of god. Basically the god of it's buried underground and it's valuable, it's my shit. Kadiro worships Prospero, Prospero being the god of the Amerisians, Asmarians, or the people before. Rastalia, the queen of tower defense, had a bunch of kids that Tukahama turned dead. Naturally, she went crazy. Her kids can't be killed again if everyone is her kid, and then when everyone's super, no one is. Tossagoth, also known as Mr. Crab, Snappington, oh my god, did he just eat my wife? All these beasties used to be people. Tossagaoth is no different. He was the chief of a fishing tribe. He was trying to create a successor, but he kept trying to do it with fish women, and kept having the offspring come out not normal for some reason. From the look of the lore, he was a man, then a merman, and then it gets a bit blurry, and then a giant fucking crab. Then there's the first ones, you know, the ones that always write in the YouTube comments. Ha, no, I'm just kidding. The first ones are forever. They're horse-riding immortal fucktards who stalk the earth and make us their prey. They're everywhere and nowhere. They live where they can, and they strike when they must. They are docile and deadly. They flee and they fight, they run and they charge. I should really stop getting those descriptions from talismans. There's a lot of different information about the first ones. It doesn't really seem very reliable. Shout out to the great wolf and the mother gull. While the wolf teaches us how to fight, the gull teaches us not to eat any of the food she shares, because that shit will fuck you up. Then there's the Marraketh gods, yeah, not just the one-off challenge in every league. Garukan, the queen of the wind, or wind, she plays in the sky, sought knowledge in the winds. She has a sword, the Stormblade, which she lost in a ground on the desert whilst battling an undead army. Shikari, not something Bear Grylls would typically eat for dinner. Oh wait, yes it is. The daughter of Sin, the daughter of... wait. What? The daughter of Sin and the daughter of the Queen of the Skies. Oh my god, Sin and the Queen of the Skies got it on. Loved by all until she wasn't, like every other fucking god in this story. Holy shit. We're getting close to the end of God Hour Weekly. Coming up now is Vow Gods. Who are they and why you should keep them away from your children? Ralakesh liked controlling people, although, like my Tamagotchi, he forgot to feed them, and unlike my Tamagotchi, he enslaved new people to make up for the fact of all the people he killed because he forgot to feed them. If Ralakesh was ever tempted by a beast, it would be a turtle. Yugul, my arch nemesis, I don't get along with anything grasshopper related, straight up was a twisted human being. He spent his time, and I quote, scaring the lives out of... Oh, scaring the living shite out of Val toddlers. What the fuck kind of quote is that? He basically scared children, took their photograph of them being terrified, then wallpapered his house with it. Arakali, also known as an average house spider in Australia, tempted Sin, the god, not the made-up thing priests use to try and scare you into being good. Anyway, Sin got trapped in a web of sorts, web spiders, and did the dirty with the eight-legged beastie before he realized he was trapped. He couldn't escape, and indeed he stayed there until Arakali's fan club overthrew her and locked her in the palace. Basically, she's a siren of the sea, except the sea is land and she's a spider and it's a hole. That wraps up the Val gods, get it? Wraps up spiders, wraps, Gruthkul is a female, well, you learn something new every day. The Val killed her kids, she got sad, her posse turned her sadness into madness, got killed for it, and now we've got a weeping she-bear to show for it. Aberath burnt animals as a child, well, maybe as a teenager or as an adult. Aberath burnt animals. It started with goats, kind of ironic, because his cruelty became his curse. He's now immortal and bored and looks like a goat. He took a princess from a nearby tribe, had some rather unpleasant children, that's how the goat men were born. That's about it, really. Not much is known about the goddess of justice. As you can tell by now, this isn't a very happy history. There's plenty of information about the corrupted gods, but the ones that are good kind of just up and left. The last god worth talking about is the Beast, Malachi, also known as the boss fight from Borderlands 1's because all the tentacles. Malachi is the gatekeeper raised by Sin to watch over the lands and protect people from the true baddies. Then we up and slayed him for shits and giggles. He didn't want to destroy, he simply wanted to exist. We went into his home and killed him. He was created to save us and we betrayed him. He only defended himself. We could have been friends. Well, that's the end of the god discussion. To be honest, it took me like 4 hours to write all that and then like 6 hours to write the whole rest of stuff that I'm not going to talk about because I got all the way down to Cheetahs. And basically Cheetahs is a dickhead, but let's ignore that. It got all the way down to Parandus, and then I just realized there's so much lore to go through. I'm 60 pages into a 200-page PDF. Shout out to Just A the Tan, or Just the Tan on Reddit. He wrote it all, he's got it in a PDF. If anyone wants to help me create and explain like I'm 5, please do, because this is too much reading for me to handle. Thanks, bye.